Hey, Brad Tragick, once again, got a gray shirt on here. I know you can always tell when I do videos on the same day because I got the same shirt on. Anyway, alright, so this is going to be a rant video. I haven't done one in a long time. Um, Came across some stuff today where I think I need to talk about it, just to get it off my mind. Um, alright, so everyone comes across a time when they're trying to stretch their money, and they don't want to go 400 miles out of their way to go to a certain store, to get certain things, all right? And I understand that convenience stores will mark up the price, and you kind of know that, so that's cool and everything. But we're talking about like Dollar General. They're usually like not in a place where it's like really obscure. Usually, they're in places that are around grocery stores or around things like that. So here's my question: if you're going to raise the price that much, why even have it in your store? That is my question. Okay, so I went in there intending to buy a gallon of milk. Well, if I would have got that, I wouldn't be able to get the other item I want to get, which is a 2 liter pop. So I go in and a half gallon of milk is $2.55. A gallon of milk is $3.99. Holy shit! I mean, seriously? That you're gonna charge a half gallon $2.55? Okay, so if you go to Kroger, at least in my area, I could get other areas it could be different. In my area, $1.79, maybe $1.89 at the most per half gallon. You're marking that up almost 75 cents. It's like holy shit. It's like, I guess that's not that bad of a markup. But then when you think about the gallon price, then that makes you wonder. It's like, well, if they're going to charge you $3.99 for that, then a half gallon should have been a little cheaper because that's a jump from normally at the stores it's around 250, 260. So it's like $1.30 more than what you pay in a normal grocery store. So if they're going to be Dollar General, and I mean, I'll be honest, Dollar General is not like the cheapest place to go to get things. If you want to go chill and cheap, go to a Dollar Tree. Um, you can still have that. Um, and I don't care what anybody says about, oh, it's dollar food, it's not good for you. That's bullshit. And if anybody ever said anything about you to anybody about that, or to you, whatever I said, if anybody ever disses a dollar store because they said the food is not good, then that's bullshit. All you're doing is buying the name. And that goes back to the same thing I bitched about in the last video, and that's where now the Pepsi products and the Coke products, the only time people are going to probably buy them from now on is going to be when they're on sale. And then besides that, it's just going to be people that can afford it. So the people, middle class, lower class, you're never going to see them buying Pepsi or Mountain Dew all half the time. It's going to be all going to be upper class people buying that stuff, or middle class people who just have straight up an addiction for it. I mean, I'm sure there's people out there that have addictions, like Mountain Dew and stuff like that. I love Mountain Dew. When I get a chance, I get one because I do love Mountain Dew. But I can do without. I mean, for the price that you can pay for Kroger Pop, which I love the cola there. I did try the citrus pop, and it was actually pretty good. Um, I really, really enjoy the Kroger generic pop, which is like really, really cheap compared to other ones that you have to pay like $3 or $4 more for. It's the same stuff. It's the same. There's no difference. There really is no difference. The only difference I notice in the Big K Cola is it seems like more like carbonated or something like that. Like you know, there's a lot more carbonization in it than a normal Coke can. But yeah, that's basically all it. Same drink, everything like that. Um, Another thing is continuing the effort to educate the drivers here in Kentucky and around the world. If you do not have to ride on people's asses, to get them to go faster. It sometimes works, but if people are tired, they're not going to go faster than what they want to go. No need to ride on their buttocks. That's all I'm saying. Um, alright, alright, so I understand it's summertime and there's construction abundant, probably everywhere in the world, but I think there should be a radius to where you do construction. You shouldn't be able to go down the road, and this is what I'm assuming, that a bunch of different construction companies are doing jobs on the road, and like they're like, like 30 miles apart, but it's like shit. I mean, I go to work in the area I work in Hebron, Kentucky. There's construction going on there. I get on the highway, they're doing construction on the interstate. I get off the interstate, they're doing construction a little bit off the interstate, which is probably the same construction company, but still, they're a little bit separated. And then I get close to where I live, and they're doing construction there. It's like, good God, there should be like a limit to what, like, get something done. No, no. And there's another construction after I get past the area, past where I live, before I get to the interstate. There's a major construction going on. It's been going on for, I guess, the last 5 years, what I've been told. So, yeah, when you start something, if you know you're not going to finish the construction within a year, you need to just not do it. Put it back the way it used to be or something, because it's ridiculous. I mean, I think we see some constructions stay up for like 2 years before they're finally done. It's like, if you're going to do it, hire the people to do it and get it done. They're getting paid. Evidently, you're not doing your job if you can't get it done in the correct time schedule. So I don't know. Yeah. I do have another complaint. Okay, um, gas stations. Um, I thought about this the other day, and the way they're set up is like really fucking awkward. Almost every gas station is set up the same way. There is pumps in the middle, and then there's the entrance to the gas station. Now, usually, except for Speedway and probably some other ones, you can't park in front of really the entrance, but the parking spaces are on the sides. So this is fine, but then they have restaurants that they add beside there. And some of these gas stations, they're right off the interstate, where I go to, or they're on like a really, really busy like highway. Um, and my thing is that yeah, it's cool. There's a Subway. Yeah, there's cool. There's like some kind of store next door to it. But in most of them are Subways next to Shells. Um, but yeah, it's cool they got that, but I think that they would have suitable parking. They might not lose some business that they have, and they might actually have more money to, pay for employees. Because sometimes we go in there and there's only like one person working, and the other person just being fucking lazy and sitting in the back playing on probably iPod or something, computer doing something, and they seem to not want to get off their ass and help the other person that's on the register. Um, just stuff like that. And I mean, there should be some sort of prioritization in gas stations where, like, hey, I only got gas. Why the fuck do I have to stand here while Beth up there is ordering 15 lottery tickets? It's kind of fucking dumb. There should be like a somewhere you can go to and say, hit what you want to buy, like gas or lottery tickets or what's the other thing? Gas, lottery tickets. Well, I know there's something else, like something you just want to buy, like hit it, put your money in, and the cashier will hand you whatever you need. It'll pop up. So all she has to do basically is either type it in or something like that. There's got to be an upgrade to the system. I think hopefully in the near future there'll be something to where, I mean, it's cool you can pay at the pump, but now the gas stations are getting fucking retarded, and they want to charge you like $50 and it won't go back on your card like 4 or 5 days later usually. Some of them are, you get lucky sometimes, and they'll be back on the next day, or before you get off work, or before you get home, or whatever. I was like, but most of them, they'll stay off your card for like 3 or 4 days. It's just like, damn, if you're struggling and that's all the money you got, then you have to go in, you have to wait in line, all this bullshit. Uh, yeah, that's basically it. Another thing I want to bitch about is I continue to go into like FYE, um, just any places that sell CDs. It's like, do they not understand that CDs are like, they're disappearing? CDs are about done. I mean, am I the only one that thinks that CDs are basically over? I mean, who buys a CD anymore? Every time I mention somebody that I bought a used CD, there's like, you bought a CD, and then give me like a weird look, or a weird stare, or a weird comment. And yet I go into FYE, and I go into Walmart, and I go into all these places, and they're still charging like 14, 15 bucks for a CD. I'm like, I'm sorry, folks, but I can get on Pandora and listen to the same damn band. I can go to Groove Shark and look up most of the new stuff. I can, probably rip them offline somewhere for free. I'm not gonna pay 12 bucks for a damn CD. I mean, I'm sorry that those days have come and gone. It's like people want to download them more than want a CD, so you think the CD aspect of it will be going away and the prices will be going down. Now, saying that, Blu-rays, they are lowering the prices. Blu-ray players are going down, so now you're gonna start. DVDs are gonna be a hard thing to push out the door. I do think Blu-rays are gonna stick around longer. Um, it'll just be a slow easing of the DVD process out. But I think for a long time, it's not going to be an easy push like VHS was, because VHS, were like big and bulky, and they broke down at the time. VCR started breaking down a lot around the time the DVD players were coming out. They just didn't make VCRs that much around that time. So there you go. So that was an easy transition. I keep yawning. Can't stay awake. Um, but I think the transition from DVD to Blu-ray is going to be a little bit more difficult, because people are going to say, well, like, what's the difference? They're both on disc, blah, 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 blah. So, but the true actuality is Blu-rays are better. I've heard they're more durable. Somebody once told me you can throw a Blu-ray probably down a parking lot and go pick it up, and it'll play perfectly. There won't be a jump in it at all. That's just somebody told me. So that right there tells me how durable they are. So um, with that, I probably will definitely try to upgrade at some point in time. But for right now, I'll just stick with my DVDs. Uh, like that. I'm not sure if the Blu-ray players play DVDs. I think they do, but I'm not quite sure. I think they do though. If they do, I'll definitely be keeping my collection until I get the updates. But that's been a rant video. I don't know what else to talk about. That's the shit that's on my mind. So comment down below. Let me know what you think about what I ranted about. Um, I heard that there's a bunch of rants on YouTube, but they're all usually about one subject. So I just like to yell about random shit. One last comment. My wife has these pills. Can you say holy shit? That's like a big ass bottle. 500 pills. Wowza. Tylenol PM. What's your best comment on Tylenol PM? Let me know. While I take some, try not to take too much so she don't become immune to it. She did have kind of an addiction before, so she had to stop taking them. But she has started again. She doesn't take that many, so. But what's your opinion? Do you think it's bad for her, or what do you think? Right? I mean, that's a big ass bottle. Holy shit, that's a lot. But it was cheaper than buying them, like one at a time, one at a time, one at a time. This was only like $5, $6 or something like that. So better in the long run. Okay, peeps, Tragick. It's been a Rants video.